I've had people ask how I made the paper garland that I posted earlier. So I started with paper sacks. And this is, I just looked it up. 100 of these at Walmart is $2.28. So that's a good deal. So I used that, and then I've already cut some, but what I started with was, what I use? Oh, cereal boxes. I got them out of my recycle. So these are cereal boxes, and I just freehanded some leaves, just some basic leaf shapes. I've seen them like on Pinterest and stuff, and people cut out all these elaborate, fussy cutting leaves, and like, I got 9 feet of mantle. I ain't got time for that. Or the patience, and Lord have mercy, I don't think my old hands would have took it. So, what I did was I was like, okay, all the ones I had seen were like real small, they were short, they were beautiful though. I was like surprised. And I thought, I got to have a lot if I'm going to do this. So this is what I thunk up with my friends. I took a paper sack and I just, cut out 3 different basic shapes. Like I didn't go for a full-blown maple leaf. I just got that. And then this kind of oakish, and this is magnolia-ish, we'll call it that. So all I did was I laid them down on my paper sack. Now, one thing you need to be aware of is on these paper sacks, there's a little notch up here at the top. So you don't want to get into that. But I just kind of used the base, like where it turns is where I put my stem. And I just drew that off. And, of course, I left the easy one so y'all didn't have to watch me do all that fussy cutting. And then you just cut it out. Y'all, these are KitchenAid scissors. I buy them at TJ Maxx for $5 or $6 all the time because I go through them like crazy because I'm not one of those people that keeps up with what scissors goes with what. I just pick up what I got. And I do have fabric scissors that I don't use on anything else, but other than that, I just pick them up and let them go. All right, so I've already cut out these more detailed, if you want to call them that, and what's going to happen is you're going to get all these little flakes off of it, and then sometimes they kind of stick together, and you have to be real easy and just pull them apart. It's not a lot of glue, so it's not hard. And then, what I did, like this one's stuck pretty good. And some of them, I just had to go for it. And none of them tore up. Ooh, this one stuck real good. None of them tore up bad. You can't tell it. So then, and I'm going to cut. Now, my other design, and y'all, I got this at a thrift store in Kansas City. So, I don't know. It's paper twist. And I have no idea if Hobby Lobby or Michael's or any of that, I don't know. I don't know if they sell it. But you can find any kind of paper. And it doesn't have to be this twisty stuff. But it's kind of hard to deal with because you have to unwind it. And you unwind and you unwind and you unwind. And it's a lot. So, I've already cut out 2 of those, and I'm going to cut out my simple shape of this. Now, if you get crinkly paper like this, you kind of have to spread it out. And when you cut it, it's not going to be perfect, and it don't matter. Because, honestly, you can't see it when you get it all up there together. I think if you did a smaller version of these, they would be beautiful as a table runner, or across the top of a mirror, maybe, and you wouldn't have to do as much as I did, because my mantle's long, and another problem I have is weight. So that's why I kind of thought, I'm going to try this paper thing. Well, it worked. So what I did first is I had, now what I do with it, there it is. this was in my drawer of my island in my kitchen because I'm a crafty girl and I keep wire down here and up in the craft room and all that. I got wire and scissors and cutters and all kinds of stuff strode all over my house. Sorry, y'all, it's coffee time. So, this is 18 gauge. I think it's 18 gauge. No, this is 22. That's what I was thinking. This is kind of, it's a little stiff for what I needed, but it was handy. So, you know, I didn't want to climb the stairs up to a craft room. So, I just cut me off a little piece of that. And I guess I'll cut me off another one because I got 2 of them. And just cut me off a little piece of wire. And then I just took them. And what I did was I took the magnolia looking leaf. And then I put the kind of maple leaf to one side. And then the oak leaf to the other side. And then you just sort of wad it up. Sorry, that's the only way. That's a real technical term, y'all. That's a real crafty term. Wad it up and give it a little twist. Now, it'll hold together like this, but I had to put a bunch of them. So, I used this wire. Like, tape might have worked. I don't know. But I used this wire and I just wound it around it, you know, first one way and then the other. Just kind of lay it on there in half. So I'm going to do that again. If y'all got questions, let me know. I don't know if I can see it because I had to back my phone up. Now this time, I put the maple leaf to the left. So this time I'm going to put the oak leaf to the left. So I kind of happened them up that way. And when I got up there to the real deal, I don't know. I had them piled up, but sometimes I'd forget which one I'd done last, and it really doesn't matter in the end. But, so I'm wadding that up, just a wad. And then kind of laid it on there halfway. Can y'all see? It's just kind of half the wire, and wind it around one way, and wind it around the other. Now, this does make it easier to attach. Now, on the crinkly paper, the lighter paper, I think you do need at least 2 colors. And my third color is in my Garland that was up there. Hey, sweet Mary Joy. And so with this, that 22 gauge wire, that's just way too much. So what I did, I kind of did them the same way. Now, you can see these all curlied up, but they kind of look like corn husk, I thought. Corn husk you could cut out. And, now this is y'all's tip. This, y'all need to go get some of this before it gets gone. I guess. I don't know. I ain't never bought it in the wintertime because I always panic and run out there and get it in the summertime. So, this I get at Lowe's. Walmart might have it. I don't know. But I get mine at Lowe's, and it's back there where the tomato cages are. And I guess you're supposed to use it in gardening, but I ain't no gardener. My daddy was, but I'm not. And just cut you out. Now, scissors will cut this. Now, I'm going to be real honest. I've been using this for years, and it's a little thinner than it used to be. It's a little more flimsy than it used to be. So I just cut me off a little piece of this right here. And scissors will cut this just fine. In fact, it might cut it better. But, and I just did the same thing, but what I did was I wound it like that and gave it a little twist and left me some tails to poke into my garland. And I'm going to do the same thing to these two that I've done. And you just have to, you know, just do it like that. Fingers ain't working. Give it a little twist. Now, all right, I'm going to take y'all in yonder and show you what I did. But first, I used one, it's sort of straight across my mantle, because the garland I had up there, I'll show you when you get up close and personal, it's one of the least expensive garlands at Hobby Lobby, and it's kind of fluffy. And I like it because I can cut little pieces off and poke in stuff, and it's not expensive. You know what? Most garlands are 6 feet. Well, my mantle's 9 feet, so that makes me have to buy 2 of everything. So those, you know, those beautiful Real Touch things at A Floral and even Hobby Lobby and all those places, I mean, even for a deal, $50 a piece is the least expensive you can get. And I mean, and it's worth it. But I have ADD when it comes to my decor, so I change it all the time. I may use the same stuff, but rarely in the same place. And I gotta buy some more of this. I'm about out of it since I stretched it across my thing. This is binding wire, and you can buy this at Hobby Lobby. And I think they call it paper covered wire. I'm not real sure, but it's over there, like where the styrofoam is. That's where I've always found it, is this. And it's a pretty good stiff wire, and you know, it'll curl and all the things. So it's really good for a lot of stuff, but it's a nice base. Okay, I'm gonna get me one more sip of coffee, and then we're gonna go in here to my, y'all gonna see my squalor, because I'm trying to get ready. My grandbabies are coming Friday, and I like to have my fall, at least the base part of it, started around Labor Day. But they're going to be here Labor Day, and I know I'm not going to get a cussing thing done, and I'm good with that. I love those babies. So, I had to get a jump. Now, let me see if I can figure this out. All right. Now, we're going to take these in here. Let's see, Lord, I don't know if I can figure out how to flip this around. Just look at that. I got a lot of work to do. I got stuff strode out everywhere. There's my baby. Look at that sweet baby girl. And so this is, I don't know, if y'all been to Hobby Lobby much and looked, you've seen this, this little furry looking stuff. What's flimsy as I'll get out. So it won't hold up much. But so that's why I put y'all back. I'm sorry. Okay. Back in here, I thought maybe you could see. You can't, just because of the color. But here's my wire up against, and this is attached to it. And I just ran it in and out of that. Now, the beautiful thing about this light stuff is, now I can't do this with one hand, and I don't have nobody here to help me. But y'all just see, I just set them up in there. Just sit it up in there, and you can fish it around and do it around to get it in there. And then I use those tails of that green stuff to just wrap around. Now, this will hold it some, but in some spots, I used the binding wire. And the binding wire made the flimsy stuff a little more sturdy. And I didn't even have to go to the, you know, the inside. I just, you could wrap it around, this stuff, if you got it down low, and it would hold it. But, so that's all I did. And then I just interspersed those, smaller ones. Now, so it was easy, but it was, you know, I had a lot to do. I'm trying to flip this around. There we go. I had a lot to do. So, Thank you. Thank you, y'all. But I had a lot to do because it is a big mantle, but it turned out really good. And one reason I liked that, I'm sorry, I'm flipping y'all again. I wasn't thinking. I like that little flimsy stuff is because this wreath I made, and y'all, I made that as soon. That was one of the first wreaths I made after I joined the Candy Crew, and I love it to this day. So that's how good Candy Young is. Candy's Creations, look her up with a K, both words. But it tied that in, and you can't see it a lot, but you can see it a little bit, and it just kind of tied it all together. So that's what I did, and it might not have been just right, but it worked. Yay. So anyway, if y'all have questions, or if you try one, I'm telling you, you don't have to do as many as I did. The beautiful thing is on the paper sacks, when you do one cut, you get 2 leaves. So that was a bonus. But I had little brown paper sack pieces everywhere. I was trying to hem them up, but you know how that goes. And then I just started doing, and then I'd do until I got done, and I'd have to cut some more, you know. But it was not difficult at all, but it was just time consuming to get all of them cut and tied and, you know, kind of placed. I didn't place perfect. I didn't want it perfect. I don't think I could have made it perfect. I'm not a perfect person. So, anyway, that's what I did. If y'all have questions, or if you make something like for a table runner, that would be really good. I might do that. And, or maybe over a mirror, you could do a real small one, and it wouldn't take near as much as what I had to do. Anyway, hope that helps and answered any questions. If you got more, I'm here. Just let me know. Thanks.